Even after the things that were said about him.
Okay.
He still said, no, that's not how you talk to your mother.
Right. Can you play it?
Sure.
And so, for me, I think I'll hear it here, but then what we'll do is, in the edit, I'll allow the audio to play out.
Yeah.
Hey, Tshepo Munna. I noted your messages, your communique with your mom. Hey, Munna, Tshepo Munna. No, I don't take pleasure in such. Yeah, no, I don't. I didn't bring you up like that. Your mom will always be your mom. Remember, Munna Tshepo hore. Re hodisitse monna. Even if mama gawa ka ba wrong hakakang, you mustn't blackmail your mom. And also, Munna, you've got to choose words when you speak to your mom. Kgetha mantswe Munna, ke o rutile hore o hlomphe mmao. And to ska lebala Munna, don't forget Tshepo Munna hore you are a man yourself. You have kids. Your mom doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't matter who default deal, who the promises to high. She will always be your mom. Go rutile hore hlomphe mmao ntse hopola dilemo tsele tsa ho feta. Ke na le lona Bloemfontein mane mma lona kopa tshwarelo. Ke re ho lona even if mme wa lona entse phoso. Le mo hlomphe ke mme wa lona. Le ske la mo balla dibe tsa hae, mefokolo ya hae. This tone Munna, nna Munna wa tseba Tshepo Munna. I'm not in favor of it. Ka o kopa hle Munna, hlompha mmao, kgetha mantswe ha o bua le mme wa hao. Don't blackmail your mother. She doesn't owe you anything. O hodisitse Munna Tshepo, o hodisitse. Yes, o entse diphoso. Yes, nna le wena re ile ra qabana ka baka la hobane mme wa hao wa buile dintho tse wa di buang. Ke sa lakatse hore ke be implicated. Mara ke a o kopa hle Monna. Please Monna, I don't take pleasure in this type of language, towards your mother. Anyway, re tla bua, I'm still in Lesotho, ke tla bua ke khutla.
So, so your dad at this point had gotten wind of, because now there was this commotion. Where this voice note rebuking you from your dad, it comes from a point when you were trying to still juggle relationship between mom and dad,
Yes.
but also wanting her to understand why you valued or why you wanted to go back to what your dad had kept with your kids and establish them, making sure that they don't go without food and whatnot, shelter, all that kind of stuff. And so you were trying to start you were starting a conversation between you and your mom, which led into a very uncomfortable conversation. And so when he got wind of that conversation, that's where he's calling you out.
That's when he sent me this voice note. Because, there was obviously, it's been a very difficult time since the podcast came out. Very difficult time. And as much as I was angry at my dad at the time, but also when the anger subsides, you're like, but that's my father. This is our family. What are we doing to our family? So now I'm trying to say, Ma, let's talk. The thing is, before even coming here, there's times when I really tried to speak to her.
Yeah.
Many times when I would try to sit her down and say, Ma, I just spoke to Dad, and how can we let's talk. There's many times.
Okay.
And every single time, I was met with painful words.
Okay.
It didn't have to get here. For me, it's about, honestly, it's still about my children. It's about our blood. It's about our family. So I didn't want to have to go there behind her back to speak to him and say, Dad, can I meet up with you?
Yeah.
Can we have lunch?
Yeah.
I didn't want to go behind her back. So I played open cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there and try and
Yes.
do this. So you came to her with that, and it wasn't well received. But even how you responded, he's
Yes.
like, no.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
You don't do that.
No matter how she responded
Yes,
to you,
yes.
no matter how you wanna address, don't go there.
Don't go there. Be better. And that's when I even sent him a message, because I feel like that's a very selfless thing to do. Pella, he's the same person who was cussed, told that he's a witch on the internet. But then he can still come back and say, as much as this has happened, he was selfless and said, you don't speak to your mother like that. You would expect him to be like, yes, good.
That's not a public audio, by the way. That's an audio that was sent to you.
Yeah, it's between me and him. It's on WhatsApp. A voice note.
Yeah.
That's how selfless. You know, there's times when I've also been angry at my dad and I've said things. You understand? So as we grow up as children, I respect the selflessness.
Yeah.
From my dad to say, as much as your mom has hurt me, she said some things about me,
You don't get to
speak to her like that.